Welcome back. Episode 8 of the Witches, Legends, and Ghosts
Oh my
podcast.
So this week the theme is Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple stories for that.
Couple. Wyoming is no offense to the Wyomingers.
Why?
There's just not a lot going on in that state.
Wyomingers. Is that how you tell me how you?
What do you call yourself?
What do you call yourself?
Wyomingers?
Because we're Michiganders or Michiganians or
Never heard of Michiganians. Never want to hear.
Michiganians. I should
Either
say.
way, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not a Michiganian.
Not the best.
I'm a Michigander.
Yeah. I really like the smoke. If you're not watching on YouTube, we have been lighting incense for the past couple episodes, and the smoke looks so pretty.
It does. It's very pretty. And you can see it so well on the visuals. Like,
yes.
I thought you wouldn't be able to see it at all.
But you really can. And
this room has like a light background, but the couch is
cool.
so dark. It is. It's so pretty. Ugh.
Okay.
So this week we have Malibu coconut rum for our shots. The Superior.
This is Hunter's favorite.
This is my favorite. This is Superior. No one can convince me otherwise. So, cheers. Dink and sink. And to go with it, we have my favorite drink. Rum and Coke.
With Malibu, obviously.
Malibu rum and Coke with lime juice. Unfortunately, we didn't have real limes. So we're using like the prepackaged lime juice.
It still is a game changer though.
It's literally, if you don't like rum and Coke, I promise that you will like this drink. Everyone and their mom will like this drink. It is the best thing. And it's on the back. Literally, I didn't know this thing existed, except for I looked on the back of the Malibu bottle, and it gives you 2 different recipes for drinks, which I feel like every spirit should do.
I agree.
And I saw it there, and I was like, okay, we need to try it, and I've never looked back since.
That's so funny because I love regular rum and Coke.
I do too.
Like, that's always been my go-to. Apparently, that's the Beatles drink of choice. I learned from Kima. My grandma is a big Beatles fan.
Yes.
She has the Beatles room in her house.
Yes.
It's a whole thing.
It's fully a room dedicated to the Beatles, pictures everywhere.
Memorabilia.
Yes.
It's, if I can get pictures, I feel like we should post it on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, please do.
She's like made it. When's the last time you've seen it? It's gotten more.
Oh my god.
There's even more.
There's more?
There's more.
Okay, the last time I went to their house was like last year or a couple years ago.
It's
we did
gotten
like a little reunion.
Yeah.
But that is, I haven't seen the room since probably like we were getting ready for prom or homecoming or something.
It's
like
a lot. It's like
where did
it's
she
gotten
get this
to
stuff?
the point. I think people just get it for her, but it's gotten to the point where she has no room on the walls. Like, I got her a really cool thing, a really cool Beatles thing where it was like promoting a concert that they were having, and the tickets were only $5.
As if
I know.
Don't bring up the Taylor Swift thing. Tickets are $5, guys.
Literally. We're not gonna talk about it anyway. She got to the point where she was like, I think I need to start putting things on the ceiling.
Oh my god.
And then she told me about a story that when her and my grandpa were dating, she had his picture above her bed, so when she went to sleep, he would be the last thing that she saw.
They're so cheesy.
They're so cheesy. He wrote her name on the back of his door in like markers or paint or whatever, and his mom was like, what if you guys break up? And he was like, I'm gonna marry her. It's not gonna happen. And
then,
he's like 17 at that time.
And then they got married, and then he went.
No, he proposed before he went to Vietnam.
And then he came back.
And then he came back and they got married.
And they're going to literally live happily ever after.
They are the cutest couple in existence.
Literally.
But
the
picture on the ceiling, one time, for some reason, they had a nun staying over at their house. I don't know. And so she had to sleep in Hima's room.
No!
When she looked up, there was just a picture of this man.
This poor nun is like, what is happening?
Oh, good times.
That is so funny.
Yeah. My grandparents are the cutest.
They are.
In other words.
They are. Hima and Papa.
The
cutest.
Yeah.
A side note, not to do with anything that you're talking about. As I was editing episode 6, I think, the one that we talk about quantum entanglement.
That is episode 6.
I was editing that video, the audio, and it reminded me of Stranger Things when they're trying to talk to Mr. Clark about the upside down.
Upside down.
And the whole time he's like, but it's all theoretical, of course. And the entire time that you're explaining this to me, you're like, theoretically, it's all theoretical. Don't worry about it because it's theoretical. And I'm just like, is this Mr. Clark on audio right now?
Funny. That's so funny. When I was editing the video of it, I could see the point that I was talking about it because all of a sudden my hand gestures went out of control. Yes. And they're just like, my hands are everywhere. And I was showing Kyle and he was like, what are you talking about there? And I was like, oh, quantum entanglement.
Oh, don't worry about it.
It's just like casual.
I
do want to do like a full deep dive into that kind of stuff for an episode one time because I think it'd be really cool.
We should also do, we could talk about, just because, like, that's not, I mean, okay, it's theoretical, whatever. But, like, there's science behind it, Yeah. So I feel like we could do, like, episodes about, like phenomenon that happens, like, in space. Like, wormholes, black holes, like, showing pictures, like, stuff like that. Because when I did, like, I took an astronomy class twice because I failed it the first time. I was learning a lot about like stuff like that, and it was so interesting.
It's very fascinating.
So interesting.
Space has always been extremly fascinating.
Literally,
to me, and also all of that stuff.
Like even like because you hear about like the moon affects the tides. Like, why?
Gravity.
I know, but like it's just insane that like literally this celestial body out in space is impacting like Earth.
Yeah.
So like technically maybe Jupiter impacts us. We just don't know how. Do you know what I mean? Like, if Jupiter was gone, or if Neptune was gone, like, what would happen? If the moon was gone, what would happen? Like,
that's a great question. Would we not have a high and low tide if we didn't have a moon?
I don't know. Why do we need a high and low tide?
I don't know if we need it necessarily. It's just something that happens.
I know. I just feel like everything in, like, environmentally wise, like, there's, like, a reason for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, certain things need to happen.
I guess. I don't really know what the reasoning would... Why,
right?
Though, for tides. I don't know.
Maybe we can research that.
That'd be really fun. That'd be really fun.
That would be really fun.
There's also one they want to cover, which maybe could go with quantum entanglement, but it's called Project Unicorn.
Never heard of it.
It's like someone claims that his father worked for the government and like was a part of the Project Unicorn to come up with teleportation devices and stuff.
So he's claiming this?
Yeah, he's claiming this. I listened to the And That's Why We Drink podcast, and M covered it, and they said that I think they did, it was like a 3-parter or something like that. Like they had to go all the way back to like when the kid was a kid and explain all of that stuff, and then what it's now, and then like it was like a lot of background theory, and so it could have been probably the whole episode, but they split it up like how we do. So that's why they ended up doing it over multiple episodes. But yeah,
that would be really interesting.
It's really it was super, super interesting. So
I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that. Like
MK Ultra, we could talk about that.
Yes. Oh yes, please. That'll just bring us straight back to Stranger Things.
Yes, we're gonna always connect it back to Stranger Things somehow,
some way. Okay, so...
Shall we begin?
Yeah, maybe. I am covering the jackalope.
So, can I tell you something really embarrassing?
Please do. Tell me something really embarrassing.
I think I thought this was real until, like, pretty recently.
Well, okay, because all the pictures are so convincing.
Yes.
So convincing.
Yes.
I'm going to pull up a picture, and I'm like, we can hopefully, like, post it up there.
We will, yeah.
Like, it looks so real.
Yeah.
And the way that they talk about it is like, this is something that happens.
Yeah.
Like, as I explained this to you, like, this town in Wyoming, I can't remember. I think it's... Shoot. It starts with a D. There's a town in Wyoming that have, like, taken this and, like, they ran with it.
I love when places do that.
And I feel like it goes much further than you think. Like, they take this stuff... Seriously, they might not have a museum like they do for Mothman, but like they take it further, I feel like.
Oh boy.
Okay, so the jackalope is not real, guys. The jackalope is not real, but I'm going to talk about it as if it is real. So the jackalope is a creature that has the body of a rabbit and the horns of an antelope. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah,
looks
I
real.
For sure thought that it was a real thing.
It looks so real. So to start with, the jackalopes are very powerful beings.
Oh,
yes.
Powerful.
Powerful. And they're very fast. some sources say that they can hop up to 90 miles an hour. Can you imagine? You're just like, imagine like a horde of these things, okay? They're just like,
you're driving down
so
the
fast.
expressway,
and they're just next to you.
All of a sudden, they're going faster than you. You see a horde of jackalopes.
A horde of jackalopes.
Flying for faster than you're going.
Yes, I love that. But I guess that anyone who does manage to catch a jackalope, they should be very cautious because hunters should wear like stuff on their legs and stuff on their hands to prevent them from getting kicked, clawed, and gorged by the horns, by the antlers.
So they're feisty.
They're feisty. But they do have a weakness.
Okay. Oh no.
Do you think you could guess what the weakness is?
Does it have to do with their horns?
No.
Okay. I'm guessing no, I can't.
It's whiskey.
Anyone hoping to catch a jackalope, the first step is to leave whiskey out for them to find because they love whiskey.
So they just can't. So it's not like their weakness, like it'll like in signs when you put water on aliens, they melt. They don't melt. They just
get drunk.
Oh.
Yeah, but they love whiskey, specifically that type of alcohol.
Okay.
So once they're intoxicated, it's much easier to catch them, you know. It's very dangerous to hop and drink, you know. Just like we can't drink and drive, they can't drink and hop. So
especially if they're going 90 miles an hour.
That's what I'm saying. The expressway is a no-go for them once they have had whiskey. Oh, this part's actually really creepy, though, because people, I guess jackalopes are really, really smart. They can understand human speech.
Oh.
And mimic it. Yeah, no.
Fuck that. That reminds me of like fucking, we have to cover this too. Skinwalkers?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yes.
You know, that skinwalkers and black-eyed children are like two urban legends that I like, part of me does not believe in, but also it's the one that I am scared of the most.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Like, I just need one piece of evidence to happen to me, and then
I will believe it.
Fully believe it.
Absolutely.
There's no, I won't criticize it at all. Like, if a child, because the black-eyed children is like, they come up to the door and they like ask for help, right? If a child ever comes up to my door.
Never. I'm saying no.
Just to be cautious, you can sit on the porch and wait for authorities if you want. Like, you don't need to come in.
Literally saw this thing where someone had this, I don't know if I told you about it. Someone had this experience where they like were with their significant other and going through school, whatever, all of the shit. And one time they were going to the bathroom and they heard a knock on the door and they said that their blood just ran cold. And
wait. They're in the bathroom at school?
No. They're at home.
Oh.
They went to school. Like, they went to like college and they graduated and like all that shit.
Okay.
So they're together. They're in their apartment or house or whatever. Mm-hmm. Here's a knock at the door. His blood runs cold and like he wants to shout like, "Don't open the door," but he was like,
but he's
scared.
in the bathroom
and he got so frozen with fear that he couldn't. And so his girlfriend or fiance or whoever, I forgot how far, whatever, opened the door and it was the black-eyed child and invited them in. And apparently if you invite them in, it causes havoc on you. Like, people have reported getting like cancer afterwards or getting like severely like ill and stuff like that. And so she ended up getting cancer and dying.
You're kidding.
Then he woke up in the past. What? He woke up back in high school before he met this girl and talked to a friend who was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to someone." And it was the girl. And ever since I heard that, I've been absolutely terrified of black-eyed children. And I don't, because the thought of that happening and then having to go all the way back and having to re-experience high school again got me so freaked out. I had to tell my therapist about it and she had to calm me down. Like,
oh my God,
I woke up crying.
I would love to go back to high school.
You don't have a significant other.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I don't want to have to.
You're going to meet him again.
I don't want to go back.
Wouldn't it be kind of fun to go back though?
I don't think so. Because what if I think that changing one thing will make something better and then things change and then we don't end up, like, I would just rather,
because you guys, like, I feel like you guys became friends, you know, before you like didn't, but like you're so confident already in your relationship with them that you might like try and move things faster and that might like he might like not like that, and then he
Exactly.
doesn't want to
And
be
then
with you,
that's
and
it.
then you guys don't. Okay, that's true. I didn't think about that. I was like, oh,
like
so
how do I
again?
like I already freaked him out by hypothetically talking about dogs, getting dogs with him like 3 months into our relationship.
Oh,
do you remember that?
no. Yeah.
It was horrible. I already freaked him out that way. Can you imagine if I was like, hey, I had a dream. We're actually going to get engaged and we're actually going to get married and you're going to die from a black-eyed child, so you can't open the door. Do you know what I mean?
Dude,
like, I can't fucking do that.
Especially
Kyle, the skeptic. I told him, I was like, I know you don't believe in this shit. I was like, but please promise me right now you will never open the door for a child ever, because I swear to God, if I lose you to a fucking black-eyed child,
Seriously.
I will die. So anyway,
Oh my gosh.
I hate those.
Yes, no.
In other words.
But I
don't like the
guess they like to like I didn't write this down. But when I was researching it, they were talking about how like cowboys, like way back when like cowboys were around, you know.
How long have jackalopes been a thing?
Oh, I'll tell you. But
okay.
But like way back when cowboys were around, cowboys were like would talk, tell people like in the town that when they would sit around campfires and they would talk, they would like hear themselves be repeated back to them like in the forest. Or if they were singing, they would hear like singing back to them.
I hate that.
Yes. And so people attribute what they were talking about to jackalopes, but I guess it could have been skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers too.
I feel like there's a lot of like mimicking things. Mimicking? No.
Mimicking is
no.
Oh, so creepy.
No, thank you.
Just the worst.
Have you seen that one movie? I think it's called Us.
I
Where,
have
like,
not.
The family. Oh, I watched it. It's scary. I don't like it. Like the thought of, you know, you see like in horror movies where people are like looking in the mirror and like
And
the
the-
person in
the
the mirror does something different.
reflection. Ooh,
That is like a full nightmare of mine.
I truly hate it.
The whole mimicking another like you but different thing is it's like so horrifying.
Well,
Even though we
people
like
think-
have that, we like have twins. It's not the same. Obviously,
No.
it's not clones, but
No.
like, oh no.
People think that mirrors are like portals to another dimension. So like when you see yourself, if they do something,
Don't like that at all. Like it's interesting, but I don't want that to be true.
No.
Please don't make me. But at the same time, like I like the thought of alternate universes.
Well, I feel like that's different though. I feel like alternate universes, the only connection we have with them is when we have experienced deja vu, rather than, you know, you see you but not you in the mirror and know that they're in that exact same spot at the exact same time doing the exact
It's like
same
the Upside
thing.
Down.
I hate it.
Everything can be tied back to
hate
Stranger
it.
Things. Thank you very much.
Anyway, back to jackalopes.
So, you know, so they're pretty powerful. They're fast.
Uh-huh.
They're intelligent.
Okay, yep.
But also,
They like whiskey.
they like whiskey. But female jackalopes.
Oh boy.
They can produce powerful milk.
Powerful.
Milk. Their milk has medicinal and aphrodisiac properties.
Okay, that's confusing. How can it both be medicinal and an aphrodisiac?
I don't have the answer to. But they sell this milk at Wyoming supermarkets.
No,
They do.
They don't. Is it
They do.
actually different? Are there different ingredients in it, or is it just?
I don't think so. I think it's just like labeled that.
That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, they think that the milk is powerful because the jackalopes have a very like limited mating window.
Okay.
And so they think that because of that, it's like more powerful because they can't produce they don't produce it a lot. They don't have the chance to. So when it is produced, it's like pretty special. Their mating window is only during lightning storms.
Huh?
Yep. So if you're ever in Wyoming and there's a lightning storm, you know what's going on.
You
out
know the jackalopes are having at it.
They're getting it on because it's been like 3 years since the last one or something.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just making that up.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
I'm acting as if I'm them in Wyoming. Isn't that hilarious? I read that. I was like,
No.
what am I actually
way.
typing out? Right
What am I?
What am I genuinely typing out?
See, I feel
Produce
like
powerful milk.
I feel like if people were to know all of these details, not as many people would think it's real, but because a lot of times you only see the picture, you're like, yeah, that looks plausible.
Oh, for sure. The picture, you look at the picture and you're like,
Yeah, that could
It
exist.
doesn't look that weird.
Yeah.
Especially because all the pictures are like, I don't know, they're like in a field and they're just like chilling. It's not like a drawing or like this scary thing. It's like just a rabbit with
Cute little
horns. Like,
rabbit,
what's
yeah.
scary about that? Except for the fact that they hop 90 miles an hour, you know?
And they'll steal your whiskey.
Oh, they will. That they will. This sort of reminds me of, okay, there's this thing going on in Tumblr right now.
Okay.
Have you heard of it? Did you
Probably
look
not.
at your...
I don't really go on
Okay.
Tumblr.
Oh my gosh, what is it called? There's this movie. Taylor, my sister, was talking to me about this. It's called Goncharov. It's like Tumblr has created this whole conspiracy about like this movie. It's not a real movie,
Oh.
but everybody's acting as if it's a real movie.
What?
Like they're like, what do they say? They're like, this is my favorite scene from the movie. But it's not a movie. So everybody's just perpetuating this lie.
What the fuck is going on?
It's a fake movie from 1973 called Goncharov. And it's about like
From 19... Sorry.
it's Soviet area. It's a Soviet area homoerotic Soviet area mafia movie from the 70s that doesn't exist. But everyone on Tumblr is
How did it...
I don't know how it came about, but people are making theme songs for this movie. They're doing like drawings or fan fiction for this movie that's not real. People they're like taking it really far. They're like, this is my favorite scene. Oh my God, do you remember when they held hands here? That was so crazy. There is none of that. There's nothing. And it just reminds me of this, where it's like, there's milk at the supermarket that you could buy. It's just milk.
But it doesn't
It's called something else. It doesn't
actually exist.
I love it. You need to look this up. Goncharov, I think it's called.
Will you send it to me?
It's I don't even know.
Yeah, that
but-
sounds dude,
yeah.
I'm like, the only time I'm ever on Tumblr is when you send me stuff. And then I'll like happen to like see something else. And if I see something I think you'll like, then I'll send it to you. But I usually don't read them.
Oh, okay.
Like the one
Yeah.
that I sent to you. I didn't read that. I just saw what it was about. And I was like, Hunter
Yep.
would like this.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like #1 trending on Tumblr right now, this Goncharov thing. And it's just like people on Tumblr are making up this fake movie.
Love that.
I do too.
I love it. It's so
just
weird. I don't understand.
It brings okay. I feel like every episode goes existential, but like it just brings out that like nothing is real. Nothing is real. Like we're just making things up. People made up like the name for triangle. Like that's not real. Triangles aren't real. The word isn't real. Yeah. But the word people isn't real. That's fake. It's fake news. Weather.
I hate. Well, that's not fake. That's something that
No, but all these
truly
theories, like we make up like math isn't real. We're just like making that up. It's not like this is like a real set in stone thing. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody made up the equation. They made up F equals MC whatever.
Well,
like
E equals MC squared. Yeah, but it's based off of real stuff. It's made up based off of actual things.
I know, but we made up numbers, Jade. Numbers don't exist. So like gravity being 9 point whatever, that's fake. Gravity's just gravity. There's no numbers involved. We just put numbers on things so that's easier for us to understand them.
9.81
Okay.
meters per second, I think. Meters per second squared?
Meters to the second squared. Yeah.
I'm a chem major, guys. I don't know anything about physics.
Oh, I love physics.
I
Anyways,
hated
it's
it.
all fake. Isn't that just crazy to think? Like, literally.
But it also, at the same time, I can see why it was made up because, like, with addition and shit like that, like, it's like
That's fake,
we
too.
have this one cup, and then I have this other cup, and now there's multiple cups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I
But
understand.
the number 2 doesn't exist.
Right, but I understand why they decided to do that to make it easier.
Well, yeah. I also don't know if it's, like, necessarily easier, but humans are just very curious and we need answers for everything. Hence why I want all the answers for the universe.
But also at the same time, I don't.
That's you. That's you thing.
It is a me thing. Anyway, jackalopes.
So I guess, obviously, jackalopes, people debate if they're real or not.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
a
they're
debate.
called Wyomingites. Wyomingites.
Wyomingers, I like better though.
I do too, Wyomingers. But so
Wyomingites.
jackalopes are
Like
like
people
Bigfoot.
do think.
Yeah, they're
real?
like Bigfoot.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think
don't believe in
they
Bigfoot.
think the milk is real. I think that's a marketing thing. But people like are debating if they're real or not.
Oh.
But
so people claim to have seen them then, like in real life.
Yes.
Like people claim to see Bigfoot and stuff?
Yeah. So one person named Douglas Herrick claimed to like be the creator of this.
Oh, okay.
It's a bold claim. But so his story is that he came up with a creature with his brother in 1932. Mm-hmm. They came home from like a hunting trip and they just like threw like their dead animals that they caught on the ground, and like the rabbit and like the antlers, like the rabbit like slid against like antlers that they just had on the floor, and they were like that looks like really cool, it looks like the rabbit had horns, like let's get it mounted. And so they like took it to a taxidermy, or they are taxidermists, and they like mounted it. And so after that they were like selling them because people were like wanting it. So they sold like thousands of these. People were buying thousands of fake.
I was going to say, did people, when they were buying them, did they know that this was a fake thing?
Or? I assume, because like he said, he came up with it. So obviously he doesn't think it's real. So him and his brother just like made these and were selling them. And so I think it's like that, like where the town's like making it part of their personality. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But also some people claim that like they've seen it. So Douglas Herrick is calling himself the brains behind the jackalope, but others think that he existed before the 1930s, because this is like the 1930s is when like he made this.
All that happened?
Yeah, the mountain, whatever. But there's like stories dating back to like 1829 of people seeing them.
Really?
Yeah, and there's also like stories of the Buddha, like the Buddha. People are claiming that the Buddha, oh my God, briefly discussed horned rabbits, but the Buddha was saying that they didn't exist. But the fact that the Buddha was talking about them at all, like, means that this idea of like a rabbit with horns has been around for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And there's like 16th century paintings with rabbits that have horns.
So maybe it's one of those things that like maybe they did exist at one point but no longer do.
That, or the last part of what I'm going to talk about is that there's like a cancer. There's like a cancer that animals get. It's called, I think it's shop papilloma or something. Yep. And it causes horn-like bumps to grow from their heads. Do not look up this thing. Do not. That's when I was researching the picture earlier. I saw it out the corner of my eye, and I was like, no, I can't look at it. Like,
is it like
there's so many. They just grow out everywhere. It's not just
just the head.
No, I mean like not just like they grow out all over the head. It's completely disgusting. I can't look at it. If you guys are brave enough to look up this papilloma cancer that causes like horns on rabbits, like you can look it up, but it's absolutely disgusting.
I might need Kyle to do it.
Yeah, it's gross.
But I don't know if I'll be able to handle.
I don't think you will. So some people are saying like maybe that's what like people are claiming they saw, even like back in the 16th century, like maybe that's what the paintings were. People were painting like what they were seeing, but they were seeing.
From what you did see, did they actually look like full on like horns, or they were just like little bumps?
Oh no, they were long. They were like long. But there were so many that I don't know how they could. I mean, some people claim that they're like see it at night, so obviously like maybe the silhouette is gonna look like it's a rabbit, but there's horns coming out of its head. That's weird. And most of the things that people see with horns, there's only two. Mm-hmm. So maybe they were convincing themselves like, oh, I only saw like 2 horns, obviously, because most things that have horns, there's just 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or 1, but you know.
Unicorn?
Rhino, but. No, not unicorn. I love that you immediately went to that, but.
Listen, I saw this thing and it was like, what's more plausible? It was like a horse with a horn coming out of its head, or a horse with a 9-foot neck. The giraffe.
Oh no. That's literally just a giraffe. I love it. So that's disgusting.
That is very disgusting.
But the town in Wyoming, I think it's called, I don't know, Douglas maybe. The town has 2 jackalope statues. But they've plastered this creature on everything. Like he's on fire trucks.
Their milk. Fire trucks.
He's on fire trucks. They're on pictures on park benches. And there's like road signs that say Jackalope Crossing, just like all around the city.
That's so
like
funny.
They genuinely, this is their personality.
I love
guys.
that.
And if you want to catch a jackalope, you have to get a jackalope catching license, of course. So the Chamber of Commerce issues official jackalope hunting licenses. Well, they're only good for 2 hours on June 31st, a day that doesn't exist. Isn't that so funny?
I love that oh my God. So much. So you can, do you have to pay for them?
I think so, yeah.
And it's just to say that you have it, even though it doesn't.
Yep, you have a little license. You can have it framed and like put up, and it's just every June 31st for 2 hours. You
That's
can
what you're
hunt
doing.
them. You can hunt them and you can catch them if you really want. Any other day, nah, not allowed. Keep your whiskey inside, guys.
Don't put it out.
No. I also like that there's just like, we have like deer crossing signs. They have watch out for the jackalopes, guys. They go 90 miles an hour, to be fair. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, they would like hurt your car more than you would hurt
die.
them at that point.
No, you would die. They'd kill you.
Yeah.
And that's the
The
jackalope.
horns coming straight in.
And that's the jackalope.
Yay! That's really interesting.
I know, and also gross. And also
I will
funny.
be looking it up. I trust you that I won't be able to handle it, but also my curiosity, I need to see it.
Okay.
So I will be looking it up at some point.
Yeah, I can never look at it again, but
Neither will I once I look it up.
once you look at it, you will never look at it again. But
All right.
so what did you have for us today?
I have the Platte River Death Ship.
Yep, never heard of that one.
So, Platte River is in Wyoming between this specific ship has been seen between Torrington and Alcova. It's
Wait. Ship. Is there one?
The Platte River.
Oh, I was not paying attention to that. Sorry. Okay, so it's seen on the river.
Yes, and the river is between Torrington and Alcova.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's seen like from the first sighting, it's seen every like 25 years or so. It's like very consistent.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what happens when it appears is there's just like rolling mist that just like appears.
Like this.
And then, like the smoke,
more.
but a lot more.
Yes.
And it's like, they call it a rolling ball of fog.
Oh.
And then as it gets closer, the ship starts to emerge, and you can see that all of the sails and masts and everything are covered with like a frost, like a silvery like coating.
Oh.
And the crew that's on it, you can see them. They're also covered in this frost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they moving?
Yes.
Okay.
They are in like a circle. They're in like a circle on the deck surrounding something.
No.
And you like can't see like what it is.
What it is? Do we know?
It ends up being a corpse that they're just surrounding. And then they step back, and the witness, whoever is seeing this happen, knows the person that's the corpse that is like in between the crew, and that person ends up dying the very same day.
Oh, so it's like what's the word when your death is
An omen?
Yes.
An omen, yes.
Yes.
A bad omen.
A bad omen. Stop.
I'm seeing them in concert soon. Anyway, I'm so excited. Okay, so legend says.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
I'm picturing these men.
Yeah.
Because they're men, of course.
They are men, yes.
Only pirates. Only men are pirates.
Only men are pirates. Only pirates are men.
Only pirates are men.
Anyway.
I'm picturing them like with like as Scottish men for some reason, like with some armor, some kilts. Is that the vibe?
I don't know.
Or they could be skeletons.
It's more.
I'm picturing maybe.
No, I think they're
too.
like real people, but it's definitely like a piratey kind of a ship that has like the big masts and like the big sails and stuff.
I feel like.
Do you remember that one episode in Supernatural when there's a death ship that people keep seeing and then the people will die. Like I think that was based off of this.
Probably. I don't remember. You know how I am.
I know.
There's like so many episodes
There's
of Supernatural.
a lot
How
of
am I supposed to remember these details?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. So I think it was based off of that.
I'm kind of like digging the men.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging the men.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a pool.
I don't think it would fit.
I like rolling clouds of fog.
Yeah, but if you see it, then someone you know will die. So anyway, legend says.
Okay, what does the legend say?
That basically anytime a person sees this, someone they know is going to die that day. It foreshadows the death.
Okay.
The first sighting was in 1862.
1862.
Yeah.
That was semi recent. I'm just kidding. That was a really long time ago.
So this was spotted by a trapper named
Oh.
Leon Weber and his dog.
What kind of
He's
dog?
on the river.
I'm just kidding.
A cute one, probably.
Yes.
So he was like on this trip to like get whatever trappers do.
They're trap
skins,
things,
right?
Yeah.
Like they're the ones that had like the raccoon.
Yeah.
Like, hat thing. Anyway,
Maybe they trap things in the water too.
no, he was just by the water.
Okay.
So he sees this huge ball of fog rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
He is wondering what the fuck's going on. Goes closer to the river's edge to get a look, and as he does that, he's trying to like have his dog come with him, and his dog's like absolutely the fuck not, and whimpers and is cowering behind him.
That's when you know.
Yes.
When the animals don't like it.
You run.
Yeah, except for my previous dog before the one I have now. Right now there's Gil. Before Gil was Blue, and he refused to step foot in the basement. Refused. He was obsessed with food.
That.
Absolutely obsessed with food. We can get him to do anything for food. We put it on the stairs and he just whines and whimpers, wanting the food at the top. He refused to even step like 5 stairs
Gil
down.
goes down there?
Gil goes down there. Other dogs go down there. Just him.
That's how it is with my mom and her dogs.
I don't
Scout goes down to the basement, but Gatsby doesn't. Refuses.
Yes.
Whimpers at the top while you're
I
down
don't
there.
get it. And Blue has no problem, he's gone, had no problem going up the stairs and down. He just can't go in the basement.
That's so weird.
It's so weird. But Gil does not care. The cat does not care.
Huh.
Other dogs do not care. I don't know. So then I'm like, either he's stupid or all the other animals are stupid and aren't picking up the, whatever energy.
Maybe he just didn't like that you couldn't really see down there because of how it curves.
That's true, because you can see this, like, if you're upstairs, you can see the stairs
way
coming
down.
down to go to the main floor.
Yeah, with that you can't.
We, couldn't even drag him down there. He wouldn't go.
That's crazy.
I know. Ugh. Anyways.
Anyway, so instead of running away like he should have done after his dog whimpered.
What's his name? Weber?
Leon Weber. He decided to throw a stone at the fog for some fucking reason. And it bounced off of something solid behind it, and he was like, what?
Mr. Weber.
Mr. Weber, why? Then the ship emerged.
Yeah.
And then eventually the crew stepped back, so that he could see, and the corpse was that of his fiance.
They're gonna say his dog.
Oh my god! You turned around, the dog's dead.
Oh my god.
No,
that'd be funny, but also not.
No. So when he saw that, he screamed, obviously, and then as soon as he screamed, the ship vanished.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I was with the ship. It'd be more. Okay, but how funny though? How funny is not funny at all. How funny? He's just screaming. He's grieving for his wife, who he thinks is dead, and the ship just keeps going down the river. It's so terrifying that it just disappears.
They shift so that you can keep seeing the corpse the whole time.
No,
they're not communicating. They're just
little shuffles
back and forth.
I hate that. I hate it so much. I'm crying. Mr. Weber. Oh, but it's terrifying that it just disappears as soon as he screams.
Yeah, so it vanished. And so he decided to cut his trip short.
Oh,
obviously,
yeah,
because he's like, I need to go home and see if my fiance is okay.
You mean he's not Well, that was weird.
That was weird.
Just keep going.
Continue. Yeah, no. He decided to immediately go home.
Okay.
It took him a month to get home, though, because once again, 1862.
Oh my God. 1862. Imagine.
And when he got there, he found out that she had died the same day that he saw the ship.
Oh, I forgot that happens the same day. That's...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So after a month of traveling home, thinking that she's going to be dead, and then she was. That's horrible.
Yep.
So the next sighting was in 1887 by a cattleman named Gene Wilson. He was rounding up his herd near a river, the Platte, if you will. His dog started freaking out. His horse refused to go near the riverbank and like tried to run in the opposite direction. So he like ran after it and had to like tie up his horse so that he wouldn't disappear, basically.
Yes.
And then the ship emerged, and it was his wife that was in between.
Why is it always the
corpse.
wife and it's never the husband? You know.
Well, the wives are at home, unfortunately, at that time.
And there's no Platte River other house.
Yeah.
Got it.
Once again, he screamed. The ship disappeared again. So he immediately ran home. And he found his house was burnt to ashes, and his dead wife was laying 100 yards away from the remains of the smoldering house.
That's horrible.
And this is what Gene said. Gene said what he saw, quote, "set my nerves a tingle." End quote.
Gene, what are you on? that goddamn ship set my nerves a tingle, you know?
Yeah, you know how it goes.
You know how it goes when your nerves are a tingle.
So then another one in 1903.
Okay.
A man of the name Victor Hebe.
I like that name.
He was taking a break from wood chopping when, as you do.
You know, as you do.
As
when
you do.
his nerves a tingle.
His nerves became a tingling. And he looked to the river.
Of course.
And there it was. The
smoke.
ship.
The ship.
The ship.
The man. And his wife.
No.
Oh.
Not
His
his
best
wife.
friend. His gay best friend. His lover. Homoerotic. Is he gay?
No.
Oh.
But it is his best friend. Anyway, so this time he couldn't see like the people because
Oh my God.
one of the sails. Huh?
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing like
Hebe.
you know, these men are like on the ship, they're doing their job, and he's like, Hebe's like, what's in the middle there? I can't see. And they're like, what do we, how do we show, do we pick up the corpse? He can't see from that far.
They just
what the
do
fuck
their
do we
shuffle
do?
again.
What do we do?
Well, this
and
one,
we're like clearing the smoke.
this one they didn't have to shuffle.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You'll see.
Oh.
So he couldn't see anything.
Oh my God.
Because one of the
Yes.
sails was down.
Yeah.
But he could just hear. He could hear them this time. He heard voices.
Oh.
He heard one person claiming that Sorry, I missed this spot. Okay, one man was claiming he was innocent, while the other one responded saying that they were only carrying out their duty.
Dude, I'm in love with these men. I'm writing a full fan fiction in my head about these men. They're like, this is like the job you don't want in their, like whatever town they're from.
Yeah, they're like,
and they're all just like,
listen, I have to do it, man. So he's like, I'm sorry, I gotta. And then the sail that was blocking his view rises up.
Okay.
And in the middle are gallows with his best friend hanging.
It's so much worse than just the dead body.
And the reason why is because his best friend was
gay.
Tried and wrongly convicted, in his opinion, in Hebe's opinion, wrongly convicted of murder.
Oh. He probably.
And the last he
committed
heard,
it.
the last he heard was that he had escaped from prison. So he was like, "Oh, cool, awesome." But then he found out that same day he saw the ship, he had been captured and put to death.
From by hanging.
Yep. So, fun fact.
Oh, a fun fact.
Every one of these cases was reported in the fall.
Okay.
And all of them happened during the day, when it's like harder to be able to blame it on like shadows in the mist or something. Like it was in the day where they actually could,
like there's just a ship, guys.
Yeah.
You can't not
and then it was just gone.
see a ship.
And then it's just gone. Yeah. And then it says that there have been, so since 1903, that was like the last like one where there's a lot of like information and details about it.
Okay.
Since then, there have been rumors of sightings, but nothing has been like filed or like anything like that. And like there's this like organization that like got all of these cases from so that they could talk about it, and like that's where all of these accounts came from. But they don't have any from like 1903 on, even though people have claimed to have seen it. So basically, if you're ever on the Platte River in fall during the day, and you see a ship,
just don't look.
Just run away.
Just
pretend it's not happening.
Or seduce the men on the ship and then convince them not to.
But I don't think I don't think they kill them. The ship doesn't kill them. It's just warning you that someone's going to die. They don't actually
you think
do
it's
it.
not like a... Okay, I was thinking like the person wouldn't die if you didn't see it.
No, I think it's just warning you that it's going to happen. It's like bad omen.
I'm thinking one of the men on the ship's name is Clive. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think he's the captain though.
No. Clive is never the captain.
Captain Dunham is what I think.
Ooh, I didn't picture a captain on the ship, honestly.
I did, but I didn't picture him in with the crew. I'm picturing him in his quarters.
Oh, okay, that could work because I'm picturing like an absolute disaster.
It's a shit
crew.
show.
Yeah.
No, they have no idea what's going on.
It's literally a shit show. They're like, how do we prop up the corpse? How do we see it? I don't know. What to do,
it was interesting because in some websites it said that they were in like a coffin and they lifted the coffin up to like. Oh my gosh,
they are too.
But then other ones said that it was just a corpse laying on like a canvas.
If they lift up the coffin, they're like, there's some men holding up the coffin,
and then the body falls forward.
Either that or like Clive is doing the grand reveal and like he accidentally lets go and he's like, oh shit, guys, help me open this up. Or like they're trying to lift it
and they're prying it and then it falls forward and then
they're like scrambling to pick up the body. Or like they're trying to get the coffin up, but they like somebody slips and it boom, you just hear it funk back down
and you're like still in shock because
you're still in shock, but then you get like kind of confused because you're like,
wait.
This doesn't seem like an
organized.
It's supposed
to happen.
This doesn't seem very organized here, guys. Like, where's your captain? Where's your captain?
Where is your captain? Let me see, Dunham, please.
Let me talk to the manager.
Let me talk to the manager. Yes. Oh, there you go. Now you can go ahead and write your fan fiction about them.
That scared the ever-loving fuck out of me.
Oh,
it sounded like a clock
for sure.
It sounded like a clock, and I was like, Stranger Things.
Okay, maybe we'll keep it in. Just make it quieter.
We should.
Ding.
So that's
love
scary,
Eddie.
but is he on the ship too? I know you love Eddie. That's okay. I love Steve.
Oh, I love him.
I like how we mostly don't like the same people.
Yeah,
It works out.
It does work out.
I think the only time we like the same people is Loki, but I feel like between the two,
it's still you more than
you would have Bucky over Loki for sure. So it just works out.
Bucky so much.
And then there's Sam and Dean, like we and Castiel. So like
my boo.
We always got to figure it out.
It is. It's really nice. We have like similar but not the exact type, you know?
And we know each other's types.
And it works because I feel like in like a lot of them, they're like friends.
Mm-hmm. Fully.
Which is why, I don't know if I ever told you this, but every time we like tell people that, you know, there's you and then there's Kyle's Hunter, they're always like, oh my God, they have to date. And we're like, no, I don't think you understand.
Every time. I told my mom that. I was like, yeah, we're going to Thanksgiving thing. And Kyle's friend Hunter was supposed to go. And she's like, oh, his name's Hunter? And I'm like, yeah, and he's a ginger.
Yep.
And she's like, oh my God, you have to date. And I'm like, no. Both Kyle and Jade agree that it would just not work out.
No.
Like, they don't want that for us. They refuse.
I mean, plus he has a girlfriend right now.
Well, yes.
So there is that.
But at the time when you were telling me.
Yeah.
No.
Big no. I feel like he's the biggest softie in the entire world. And I feel like you need someone a little...
I need someone who can banter with me.
Yeah. He can banter.
But bully.
I don't picture him as a bully.
I need a
see
bully.
him
I
as
need
a
Loki.
bully.
I need a bully.
Yeah, or a himbo.
Or a himbo. Steve Harrington.
Steve Harrington.
Like Steve Harrington.
Steve Harrington.
Okay,
And
so
I'll have his friend.
yes. There you go. See? It always works out.
It does. Okay.
So, the cards for today, we filmed ourselves pulling these cards, and we're going to post it on our TikTok and maybe Instagram too. Do you think we can do that?
Yeah.
So that you guys don't think that we're cheating, because one of the last couple episodes, we pulled like 4 cards that had the same word, the word abundance, in pretty much every card.
And we didn't want to include it in the
audio
because
it's so loud.
We've been told that those are like really, really loud, so we're trying to like cut back on that, but we don't want you guys to think we're just like going in and picking
them out.
cards,
which would take so much work,
which would take way more time than just shuffling and watching one pop out.
But,
so we're gonna post it on our TikTok, which is @ohmy_podcast.
Yep.
And then same with Instagram. We're gonna post them probably the day before this episode releases. So if you haven't seen it when this is up, go ahead and give that a little look-see look so that you can see us actually doing it.
Yes. And also, like, when we were filming that, we just pulled the cards. We didn't read them. So this is actually us reading what the cards are. Because we were just pulling them so you guys didn't think we were cheating.
Yeah.
But so we have the same cards.
So this
and
is
we didn't
the
read
first
them.
for us as well.
Yes. So I can start because I have 2.
Yeah.
And you just have 1.
Yep.
So the first card I pulled is the Lovers.
In reverse, though.
In reverse.
Which is...
This says, the lovers bask in the sunshine of perfect harmony on a day undarkened by clouds. So reversed, it says, the burning hot card turns cool, but affections needn't cool off entirely. Winter is a time when plants retreat to their roots. This doesn't mean the bloom is off the rose or that it won't blossom later. In the meantime, a little cold can be refreshing, especially when you've got someone or something to warm you. So winter's coming.
That's really, really... It has been really cold here. If you don't live in Michigan or in the north of the U.S.,
yes,
it's really cold. It's like a high of 27 degrees Fahrenheit today. So I don't know what that is in Celsius.
No. And normally in Michigan, our weather, normally we get some snow in November, but every time it snows, the next day it's melted and gone. But since it has snowed like 4 days ago or something, it has not melted.
Yeah.
It is still here, and I think it's going to snow again. So, but this card was very cute. It's saying,
really cute one.
like, just taking a little pause on like all the...
I really like that because that's what I need to do, especially with
stuff.
winter and everything. My semester is ending.
Yes.
To be able to actually take a break.
Yes. It also said, I didn't read the parentheses, but it said, a little cold can be refreshing, especially when you've got someone or something, preferably furry, to warm you.
Aww.
So snuggle your cats, guys,
or dogs,
or your dogs,
or rabbits,
or
or jackalopes,
or jackalopes, or just ferrets.
A stoat.
Anything. Your fish, honestly, could don't kill them.
My Patronus is a stoat. We just found out you could cuddle your stoat.
Cuddle your stoat, yeah.
Or your buzzard, but that's
or
not
your
really furry.
buzzard. No,
that's Hunter's Patronus.
That's my Patronus. For one of my accounts, I have 2 accounts.
I have
Pottermore.
many.
So
I usually get the Nebulong cat,
which works with furry. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay, so then we did the crystals, the stone deck for the other one. So this one we got agate. So agate is a banded chalcedony, and it comes in many forms. Elegant blue lace agate and iridescent fire agate are 2. So this is I think a mix of both of them. Each agate has its own unique vibe, but they all promote an energy of wherever you are, be there. So probably like being present.
Yeah.
So who needs it? Work-life balance strugglers. Where to put it? Wherever you need more stability in your life. And when to use it. When you want to get it... When you want to get into your body, try fire agate. When too much screen time has you feeling disconnected from anything the slightest bit eco, try the far from aptly named moss agate.
Oh.
Which neither contains moss nor is technically an agate, but can still hold it down. And then the bottom says, find your solid ground. And the reason I reacted how I did is because my engagement ring is moss agate.
That's insane.
It's really pretty.
I also feel like this so relates to what we were talking about. Both of us are like, have so much going on in terms of school, and then me with like
having
my
to work
internship
too on top of it all.
It's
lot.
A mess.
It's a lot.
But this Thanksgiving, hopefully things calm down after that.
Yeah.
We'll see. And we'll speed right back up for Christmas.
Yep.
So the second card I pulled is Six of Cups. It says youthful. Six of Cups. Youthful, kitten-like innocence is front and center. Happy childhood memories abound. Oh, okay. And this was upright. So it says, perhaps you're reconnected. Oh my God. So this one is upright. It says, perhaps you're reconnecting with your inner kitten or with actual kittens. Either way, good things from the past are coming up for you. Maybe it's a good time to laze around in a ray of sunshine with an old pal, ? Spend quality time teaching a young one how to keep their food inside the bowl, as opposed to, say, sitting in it. Whatever's on the horizon, it's happy times ahead.
That's really cute.
That is really cute.
I feel like they all do kind of go together with, like, chilling. I like the inner child thing. I feel like I've been really trying to do things for my inner child. So, I like that a lot.
I need to start doing more things for my inner child.
Yeah, you gotta go back in your creative side.
I know, I do.
You're so talented with that shit, dude.
It's just, like, so much work to do.
I saw this really cool thing where it was, like, it, like, generates a prompt for you for something to draw. And it's, like, it was, like, whoa. It was a thing on TikTok, I think. Okay. And it was, like, it was just a whole bunch of emojis, I think, that you, like, it was a filter and you just, like, clicked it and then it just, like, randomly generated, like, 3 different emojis, and people are using that to try and, like, draw something. So it, like, one of them was, like, a ghost, a book, and then, like, the moon is what it did. So they drew, like, a ghost reading a book with the moon in the background, and then they, like, watercolored it afterwards.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really creative.
Yeah. So maybe that would be helpful for you to just start sketching again.
I also
Guys, she's really talented. She is.
I also
say no.
I also like to draw, like, things, like still life, I guess, but like people. And there's a website that I learned from my art teacher that I can't remember the name of now. But it, like, you can pick whether you want them to have clothes or be naked. You can pick, like, what age you want.
Oh, that's cool.
And stuff. So, like, I could pick, like, figure, because I like to draw, like, figures, like, just general stuff like that.
Yeah, you could. Or you could just find a random generator to be able to.
That's true, yeah. But it's so much work.
It is.
So, we'll see about that. But either way, yeah, these cards definitely have a lot of positive energy, a lot of, like, just chill out.
Chill, good things will happen kind of energy. I appreciate that.
I know. Sending it to us, sending it to all of you.
Yes, good vibes for everyone. Let's see, this comes out December 6th. So we have, for those who celebrate Christmas, like 19 days.
Yeah. Oh.
And
that's not enough days.
11 from your birthday.
I know. Woo-hoo.
Heck yeah. Your birthday's on
I don't know when my birthday is. I don't look this up.
Mine's on a Monday this year, I think.
Happy Monday. That sucks.
But no, because it's on Martin Luther King Jr. Day this year, so I get it off from school and work.
Stop. Oh,
I know.
I don't know what mine is.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Ooh. But the new Avatar movie comes out like the day before your birthday, so that means your birthday's probably a Friday.
Yeah, probably.
Or Saturday.
Or Saturday. Either way, oh my god, yeah, I'm so excited. I love Avatar so.
When we're talking about like the blue people, not Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is another one of my obsessions.
Yes, we also like that one.
Yes.
But particularly we were talking about Avatar: The Blue People.
The blue people.
I hope they don't entirely screw it up.
I don't think they will, because I think that if they really thought they were going to screw it up, they wouldn't have said they're going to be making 5 movies in the next 10 years. So.
Yeah, they did say that, didn't they?
Yeah.
We'll see.
2 years for the next, every 2 years we're going to be getting a new one.
Yeah.
Basically. Until 2029.
Literally. So we'll see how those
go.
So anyway.
Well, thank you for listening.
Yes.
To this episode. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, TikTok. Am I missing something? YouTube, obviously.
Yes, YouTube. I think.
You can listen to our previous episodes anywhere you get your podcasts, or watch them on YouTube.
Yes.
Where we do add in pictures that are important.
Yes.
And then we also, if you don't feel like going in and finding the pictures on there, we post them on Instagram the day that the episode will drop. So if you want to see the jackalope, we will be posting that. We will not be posting the papilloma cancer.
No.
Jackalopes, though.
Because I can't even. I can't even Google it and look at it. So nobody wants to see that. Anyways,
no, probably not. All right. Well, we will see you next week.
Bye.